Okay, part two already. Jeez. So I was just saying this is a beautiful flower one, and I just think that's gorgeous there. And yeah, so with like the $13, that's pretty much stock standard in Australia. Like 10 to 13 bucks is what you pay for these little Kaisercraft pads, and at half price on 13 is pretty much on par with what you'll pay in Simon Says Stamp. So if I was gonna get, like, this is not my papers are a little bit too thin sometimes for me, so with like they're more like pattern paper than cardstock, so I don't get a lot of Kaisercraft pads. But if I do, like, I'm always waiting for a super big sale, or I'll just get them from Simon Says Stamp, which is kind of sad because this is an Australian company. But anyway, and then the other one I got was this base coat, and I got this one essentially for like backgrounds for art journals and things like that, to rip up and provide texture, just because they have so many just, you know, rustic and texturized paper that I think would look really good. This one actually I like for Christmas because it's so beautiful and white, or like a beachy card with the, you know, decking and stuff like that. So I just got this one to pick up for my art journal, just so I can have something there in the background, and I'm not gonna, like, they're pretty, but if I end up painting over it, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I can't see my pretty paper anymore. So which is why I got this one, and I do love that wood texture. I love that one. And there's pretty, you know, pastel-y greens and more wood and some white, worn white ones, some bricks. So there's heaps of texture in that pad, which is great. That's what I wanted for. And then our local Officeworks, I got these Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens, not the big ones, these are the small ones. They actually had a huge range, which was super surprising at, yeah, like I said, the local Officeworks. And so I got a bunch of them that you can't get in the big artist pens, or I can't buy through Simon Says Stamp. So there's ones like this light flesh, and then I've got medium flesh, and permanent carmine. And then I got this beautiful green, leaf green, and cobalt turquoise. So I was super excited to find them. They're still like, you know, $4.95 or something a piece, and you're only paying like $5.50 or $5.25 for the big ones. But because I can't get these ones in big colors, it was just handy to pick them up, and now I've got them. And I do have a few other small ones, and they're like, I've had them for a year and they're still going, so I don't think it's going to matter too much that I had to get the small ones, not big ones. So I got those, and then I did a sort of a mini art journaling order, I guess, at an Australian company called Artified. And I picked up a few products that I can't get at Simon Says Stamp, such as this golden gel medium, the regular gel one. Donna Downey uses this for, she says it's the best one for image transfers, so I wanted to try this for image transfers. And then I got the acrylic glazing liquid in satin, and it's same thing, the Donna Downey, like her, you know, Wednesday inspirational videos or whatever. She uses this all the time, and she sort of puts it on, mixes it with color, then puts it over her whole thing, and then waits a minute and then wipes it off. And it leaves a really cool effect. So I haven't played with it yet, but definitely that's what I want to try doing it. And then I also got the clear gesso. So it's actually, like, it's clear, and it really is clear when you put it on. It doesn't yellow or anything because I've used it already, but it does have a really rough texture to it. So that's the only thing about this one, whereas your gel mediums have that nice smooth texture. So depending on what sort of texture you want with your surface, as to whether you go with a gel medium or this clear gesso. So that's at least what I've found so far. And then I just picked up a Liquitex Basics White. Wouldn't you know, I didn't have a single white acrylic paint on hand, aside from my Tim Holtz one, which distress paints. And it's not as opaque as I want, so I have to get that one. And this is also from the same Artified blog. I thought I'd get these, and look, I was tossing up between the 12 by 12 or the 6 by 6, and I thought, oh, the 6 by 6 might be a little too small, so I went and got these ones, and they're massive. Like, they are huge. No way possible I could use these on a card. And I've never had these 12 by 12 ones before, so I'm like, well, live and learn. So I guess this is just going to be art journal purpose only. Like, at least I really love the images. Even this one is still too big for a card, unless it's across like that, and even then, it's huge. So this is just art journaling supplies then. And then the other one I got was this. I have this one in the small one, but I actually did want this one in the big one for art journals, and it's the Penelope one. Casey and Penelope. So it's sort of like this. And I wanted it because it's the mask and the stencil, like you get both pieces, and I kind of wanted to do something more like this where you mask, like you do a background or whatever, and then put the mask down and put dark colors around it so you can see, to get your effects like that. So I really wanted to try playing with this one. And then I found a few just at a local art store, these stencils here. So I come from the country and on a ranch and grew up, and it's really hard to find horsey things, so I grabbed this one. And then I love this one with the tree and the owl and the fox deer. Like, I was really surprised that the local art store had this, so grab those. Alright, so those are all of my non-Simon Says stamp. Oh wait, hold on. I also wanted to share that I got my new Fiskars paper trimmer. So I bought one of these ages ago, and the little wire frayed. Well, wouldn't you know that I spent 3 months emailing Fiskars online help service, because they're meant to be replaced. Like if you lived in the US, they would just send you a new whole head and you would just reattach it. So in the end, I went to our local Spotlight store who actually stocked this, and I found a really nice lady, and she said if I brought in my broken one, she would just swap it. So yay, I've been 3 months without this and just using my crappy old one, and it's been so painful. I've made hardly any cards because of it. So I am super, super excited. I got this last week. So I think it's my most exciting thing, and would recommend that one to anyone. It's the, if you don't have it, it's the Sure Cut, and to tell, it has this big blue flower here, and this is the big one that expands out to 15 inches, which I find super handy. I know there's a smaller version as well. The only thing, this one at Simon Says stamp, if you're overseas, there's like a $15 surcharge to get it, which is why I was trying to get it via warranty. And locally, they're like 65 bucks, and